Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on WWE Raw 20th of March 2017. We kick off the show by looking at what happened at the end of Raw last week, where Mick Foley fired Stephanie McMahon and the incident between Seth Rollins and Triple H. I like this because it was definitely the best part of Raw, so it was very good to recap it. But we start the actual show. Mick Foley's music plays and he makes his way to the ring. He pulls out a prepared statement. He says, he is a humbled man. A man who has the honour of calling himself the general manager of Raw for the last 9 months. Mick says he wants to thank Triple H man for giving him the opportunity of a lifetime. An opportunity he put in jeopardy when he shoved Mr. Socko into Triple H's mouth. Mick says for that he apologises. With less than 2 weeks until the biggest night of the year, the last thing he wants to put his personal problems with Stephanie to get in the way. He wants people to talk about WrestleMania, not the general manager and the commissioner. He said that for his own personal sanity, he's taking a leave of absence. He points out that he's using an index card. He rips him and says, after 31 years, he's given index cards 10 minutes before he goes out. Triple H gave them him. He said he's Mick freaking Foley. He's going to say what he wants. At this point, his mic gets cut off. He continues to talk, but his mic continuously cuts off. Like after every 3 seconds. Stephanie McMahon's music plays and she makes her way to the ring. Stephanie asked Mick if his mic is not working. She said she gave him a golden opportunity by being the general manager, and you attack her husband. You are then given a chance to give your farewell address in your home state. Stephanie says she gave you index card because you always screw up. Stephanie says it's all about you being liked. She said you do not care about what's best for business or making the tough decisions. She says there is something that she's been meaning to say for you for years. She tells Mick she has 2 words for him. You're fired! Just like her father. And sorry, I might have to lower that audio there. But yeah, it was really McMahon-esque, that was. And then Sami Zayn makes his way to the stage. He tells Stephanie what she's doing to make it wrong. He said that she's been wrong about a lot of her decisions, but no one has got to say it to her face. Stephanie tells Sami he can help his broken down mentor to the back so the show can continue. Sami does not follow Foley and he goes to the ring. He tells Stephanie that Mick has shown more integrity in 9 months as general manager than Stephanie has in her whole life. He tells Stephanie that she should be ashamed of herself because Mick didn't turn into a yes man. Stephanie says Sami is not on a level to criticise her or even talk to her. She asks Sami to go back to the locker room and figure out how he will make this up to her. He does not leave and he says the smart thing would be to leave and go to the back. Sami says he's not about doing the smart things, but he's about doing the right thing. He's not going anywhere until Samoa Joe's music plays, and then he makes his way to the ring. Stephanie tells Joe he's got this. If this farewell is over and Mick can leave, Stephanie says that Sami will be in action against Samoa Joe and the match is right now. Sami with a plancha onto Joe, then we go to commercial. The match, Zayn sets up for an Luva kick, but Joe with an ST Joe, and then he locks in the Kimura lock. Zayn taps after trying to figure out a way out of the hole. After trying to fight out of the hole, sorry. So, good match as usual. These guys are very entertaining. Joe did try to do the Muscle Buster, which I think the idea is that WrestleMania will hit the Muscle Buster, and everyone will go mentally insane when he finally hits it. Then after that, we take a look back at the history between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. We start with Strowman interfering in the Universal title match. I'm not going to mention this every single time they do it. Just this one point they showed vignettes for both Lesnar and Goldberg and Roman and Strowman during the show. That's my only word on that now. Then we are back and Mick tells Sami he appreciates what Sami did for him, but he thought it was dumb. Sami says Mick needs to stay to stand up for everyone. Mick says he appreciates what Sami did and everyone needs to stand up for themselves. Sami said it was an honour to meet his hero. He shakes Mick's hand and Mick does the walk of disappointment. He then sees Cesaro and Sheamus. They thank Mick for believing in them. Mick says everyone thought it was crazy when he put them together, but he was doing his easiest part of his job, believing in people. He keeps walking and talks to the cruiserweights. Mainly, I think TJ Perkins was the main one that stood out. I kind of watched a bit of that segment. And then he stops and sees Bayley. They hug and he turns around. Triple H is standing between him and the door. Hunter tells Mick to have a nice day and walks away as Mick walks out the arena. Great segment because it's full of actual real life emotion because he is going away. He won't be backstage at Raws for a while, so it's a genuine and emotional ride this is. He might not be back for absolutely ages. Thank you for the good job you did, Mick Foley. The problem is he's going now that his promo work and his character work was on point, which is annoying. Then we take a look at what happened between Triple H and Seth Rollins on Raw. We see Seth back in Birmingham doing more rehab. Michael Cole is with Kevin Wilk, and he says that Seth re-aggravated his injury, but could be worse if he was not wearing his knee brace. He said rehab is doing better than he expected, and Seth is the most driven person he's ever seen. Kevin is asked if Seth will be at WrestleMania. Kevin says he never said Seth will be ready for WrestleMania. It'll be several months before he is ready. No doctor will clear him, but if he does show up, he'll be back doing rehab the next day. Several months? Are you actually taking the piss? He hasn't actually tore many things in it, so whatever. But yeah, it was a good segment. I like how they're building this. Then we have the match of the year. We all wanted this. It's happening. It's a dream match of all time. Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke, live on Raw. Yeah. Charlotte with an Irish whip, but Dana gets a boot. Or Charlotte with a boot to Dana, and she gets a 3 count. Yeah. That's my only thoughts to it. It was there. Then we are in the back, and Stephanie McMahon walks. She sees Bayley. Stephanie asks Bayley if she needs a hug. Bayley said she does not want a hug from Stephanie. She said she grew up admiring Stephanie so much because she thought Stephanie was such a strong woman. Since Mick brought her onto Raw several months ago in Brooklyn, she's only seen Stephanie hurt people. Stephanie said she has doubts about Bayley as champion. Tonight, Nia gets another match against you, and if Nia wins, she'll be part of the Raw Women's title match at WrestleMania. Stephanie says tonight's match is a no disqualification. And Stephanie says that Nia likes to hurt people, use her power to hurt people, which is good. It was a great promo from both of them. I enjoyed it. Oh, and then Chris Jericho makes his way to the ring for the highlight reel with his guest, the real Kevin Owens. He said he does not need Kevin Owens to be his friend because he has a lot of friends here in Brooklyn. Chris says Kevin calls himself cold-blooded and the Hitman, but that's not the case. He shows us the real Kevin Owens. The photo of Kevin Owens in a Y2J t-shirt at age 16. He says Kevin doesn't look like a prize fighter. He looks like a fan of Jericho. The influence of Jericho on Kevin Owens, because it does not end in 2000. It continued in 2014 when Kevin is all grown up and he's signed to WWE. Kevin reached out to his idol for advice. We see a direct message between Kevin and Chris. Chris says he does need something. He needs that night back where he went to the hospital after the Festival of Friendship. Chris wanted to see the real face of Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, the same one that we saw at Fastlane. That face is nervous and intimidated. They were never friends because that would imply they were equals. Chris is Kevin's hero and idol. In less than 2 weeks, when you are in the ring at WrestleMania and Chris's music plays, it will transform you back to your parents' basement. You're going to realise what you got yourself into when that music plays. You'll be facing your hero. Chris says that you think it hurt when he caused Kevin to lose the Universal title. Wait and see how much it will hurt after the match at WrestleMania. Chris says that he knows what happens when you stab Jericho in the back. You know what happens when you betray Chris Jericho? Samoa Joe makes his way to the ring, interrupting that segment. God damn it, I want him to go on the list of Jericho! Kevin Owens attacks Chris Jericho from behind. Joe's work is done. He goes to the back while Owens kicks Jericho. Punches. Jericho manages to punch Owens, but Owens with forearms and knees. Owens with pop-up powerbomb. Takes the list of Jericho. Throws the pen out the ring and then rips the list up and leaves the ring. That is a symbol of the dead gimmick, isn't it? I just need a moment. The list of Jericho is dead. I don't know how to survive. Okay, let's try and move on. Then we go to a cruiserweight match. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. Kendrick refuses a handshake. Kendrick pulls her hair to escape from a detonation kick, and then Kendrick grabs her hair and hits sliced bread number 2 for a 3 count. It was quite short and pointless. Like Chris Jericho's list was destroyed. Okay, let's actually move on now. After the match, Kendrick gets a mic and he wants to know where Akira Tozawa is. He said he's a sitting duck right now. Brian mentions that Zero is not even in the country now. To travel to the United States, you need one of these. He pulls out Tozawa's passport. Brian says he found it in the locker room floor. He tells Tozawa to be careful what he leaves lying around. It was good. I like that angle. They're doing all good. Then Roman is asked about his match with the Undertaker and will it affect his match tonight. Roman says the only time he pictures a dead man is when he's lying down on the mat at the ring of WrestleMania. Roman said this is his yard. 2 words for you, mate. Fuck off. Let's move straight on. We have a video package for the Universal title. They talk about how Goldberg is a lightning in a bottle and he looks like a man who could not be stopped. Goldberg talks about how his son and wife never got to see him in the ring, but he thought he could do it one more time. And then we see the footage from WrestleMania 20 where Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar. My only logical flaw in this, if Lesnar beats Goldberg, Goldberg's still 1-0 up. Because Goldberg's 2-0. That will make him 2-1. Logic there, please. Alright, let's we see Sheamus and Cesaro talking about. Stephanie interrupts and says the man they can thank for making them a team and putting them in the tag team title match at WrestleMania. They will have to earn it again and win a 2-on-4 match. If they lose, they will not be competing at WrestleMania. Stephanie's going massively heel tonight on all the people that like Mick Foley, because that's Bayley she's screwed with, Sheamus and Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. Damn, Steph. Damn, Steph! Calm down with them lady balls! We have Bayley versus Nia Jax. Charlotte's in the back and there's a monitor next to her. She's been watching it. In the physical angle she was standing, you couldn't possibly watch the bloody TV. WWE, can you not just figure out how people watch a fucking monitor and have them straightforward looking at the screen like a normal person? And then we see Sasha in another room, watching from a more normal angle, but still not perfect. Bayley with a boot to Nia. Nia pulls Bayley off the turnbuckle. Bayley hits the turnbuckle. Nia's Samoan drop for the 3 count. Nia Jax beat the champion clean and going into WrestleMania to make it a fatal 4-way. Then we see Charlotte and Sasha in the very expensive room, not too happy about the fact that Nia Jax won. Logic here again, I know. It's a no disqualification match. If they were that concerned with her being in the match, they could have stopped her. Bloody hell, guys. As part of Women's History Month, they honour Mae Young. Saxon introduced her as maybe the greatest woman sports entertainer of all time. She seriously was. She's one of the most legendary women of the entire business. Her and Fabulous Moolah are 2 of the most incredible women athletes of all time. And I have nothing but respect for what them 2 did. I'm happy they're honouring women this month. Good job, WWE. Then we see Michael Cole in the ring and he talks about how if the match happened between Triple H and Seth Rollins, it would be a dream match. Michael brings out Triple H. Triple H says he's having a nice day. I love that. He says he's disappointed with the news about Seth Rollins because he was in the best shape of his life. Triple H asks Cole what's wrong with saying that Seth won't be at WrestleMania is his fault. Hunter says it is Seth's fault. It happened when Seth stopped listening to him and started listening to the crowd. That is addicting, but it's an insecure thing. Seth needs to justify that he's pretty good. Hunter says he knows how good he is. Triple H says Mick Foley is a prime example. How many times have the fans ruined things for him? Hunter mentioned the ear and how Foley walks. He said it's everyone's fault. Seth's become addicted to the roar of the crowd. To the roar! He shows up last week and Seth drops his squash and that blows the roof off the place because Seth is going to stand on his own 2 feet and kick Triple H's ass. That lasted for all about 30 seconds before he beat Seth into a crippled heap. Sorry, that phrase amused me. We see the footage from last week. Hunter says that is on you. Cole asked Triple H about Seth being his former protege and if he would have done anything differently with Seth. Hunter said that he thought Seth was the future the first time he saw him in the ring. He showed Seth the way. He said he gave the architect the blueprint. Hunter says Seth started to whine when things didn't go his way. He said he was the crutch to help Seth get to the top. He said he's officially done with Seth Rollins. Hunter gave Cole an envelope and he said that's some comp tickets for WrestleMania. Hunter starts to leave the ring, but it takes him back. He says there is a way for them to fight at WrestleMania. Cole reminds Hunter that Seth is not medically cleared. Hunter says that Seth wants a fight. Hunter wants a fight. Hunter says if people want to see him fight at WrestleMania, if he signs a hold harmless agreement and Seth signs it next week, in an unsanctioned match. Then Seth cannot sue him or his wife. Hunter says, Seth, show up next week, sign the document, and they can have their match at WrestleMania. And then Triple H asks if you're a coward. Great segment. Triple H is a badass heel. I love it. He's doing proper heel work again. Triple H is so good when he wants to actually be a proper heel. Then Enzo Amore and Cass do their entrance. Collins says Cesaro and Sheamus can kiss their WrestleMania dreams goodbye because they have the home field advantage, being from Brooklyn. I swear there was a theme song that went Brooklyn. If there is, let me know. That's going to bother me now. Then we have Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Club and Enzo and Cass. Anderson and Gallows attack Enzo and Cass as they enter the ring and send them both into the ring post. Anderson with a boot to Cesaro in the corner. Colin pulls Luke off the apron when he tries to make a tag. Sheamus with a bro kick. Heart attack, apparently, for the 3 count. So they're going to WrestleMania still. After the match, Cass with a running boot to knock Luke off the apron, and they hit the rocket launcher on Anderson, or the Boom Shakalaka, as it's called. It was alright. I actually enjoyed that more than normal, so keep that up. I'm quite interested. Then we go to the New Day. Xavier Woods. He is now a star. They said they're excited to host WrestleMania. They might even bring Brad Magnuson. He talks about Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Big E talks about Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Kofi talks about the match between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Xavier mentions at SmackDown Live. And Kofi talks about the WWE title match between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Xavier said it will burn the house down. Oh, I bet you know things about burning houses down, mate. Ooh. Big E talks about Goldberg versus Lesnar. Sorry. Let's move straight on. Match 6, Austin Aries versus Tony Nese. Aries with the running forearm followed by a rolling elbow for the 3 count. It was actually about 10 minutes, this match, including commercials, but still, that was really good. I enjoyed the match. After the match, Neville comes out and Aries introduced him. He says he did not have an interview scheduled with him, so why is he out here? Neville said this is no interview. He could come to the ring right now and obliterate Aries like he did everyone else. Why would he bother? Austin Aries is beneath him. Aries is not a threat to the king. Sitting back and watching your ego spiral out of control will make his inevitable victory at WrestleMania even more satisfying. Hannibal Lecter. Okay. Aries said that the worst and most unbelievable interview segment he has done on Raw. He hears the words coming out of your mouth, but what seems to be something different. What he sees is a man who knows he can step into the ring with another man who is not at his level, but is above his level. Aries tells Neville to say it over and over again and tell everyone who will listen to him that he is the king of the cruiserweights. When Aries wins that title, that this facade will be over. It was good. I enjoyed that bit. And then we have an Emma package. She's coming soon. Oh, fuck off. I'm literally bored of that now. Then we are back. We take a second look at the parts of Bill Goldberg, Brock Lesnar video package. Then Braun Strowman's asked about his match with Roman. Braun says he's not facing Roman tonight. He will destroy him. If The Undertaker is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, he'll need a shovel to scrape him off the mat. I like it, Braun Strowman. You're looking good. Then we have the match. Strowman throws the ring steps into the ring. Strowman picks up the ring steps. Reigns with a Superman punch. Reigns sets up for another Superman punch, but Strowman blocks it. Strowman with running the boot, and then Roman with a Superman punch. Reigns sets up for the spear. Gong. Lights out. They come back up. Undertaker is in the middle of the ring. Taker grabs Strowman, hits a choke slam. Strowman rolls to the floor. Reigns with a spear to the Undertaker. Undertaker sits up. Roman's walking up the ramp. Undertaker gets to his feet, poses, and does a throat slash to end Raw. I am hyped. I have to tell you that. I am fucking hyped. I cannot wait to see The Undertaker at another WrestleMania. Oh, also on WrestleMania news, I will be doing a list of my top 10 favourite WrestleManias of all time. Look out for that in the next week or so. But anyway, great Raw. We've got the penultimate one before WrestleMania. We've got one more, and then we'll be at WrestleMania. What they're going to do next week is going to be insane. I cannot wait. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.